Okay, so this video is a look at Indiana Jones annuals. On the last few videos I've shown Star Wars annuals, so now it's the turn of another one of my favourite film franchises, Indiana Jones. I got a video player in the late 80s. One of the first videos I got for it was Raiders of the Lost Ark. Before that, if I wanted to see Raiders, I had to wait for TV showings or read this annual. It's a straight comic book version of the film in full colour, unlike some of those previous Star Wars annuals, and it sort of answers one of the questions from the film. Towards the end of the film, when Belloq and the Germans take the Ark from the boat and put it in their submarine, Indy swims across to it and somehow survives the long journey to the Nazi base on the outside of the submarine. Did it not submerge once? In the comic, he ties himself to the periscope with his whip, which luckily for him is always kept above water. But in the film, he isn't carrying his whip in that scene, so he couldn't have done this. So I suppose we'll never really know how he did that. Next is Temple of Doom, which is my favourite Indiana Jones film. Temple of Doom came out to buy in 1989. I know this because my copy of it had a trailer for the cinema release of Last Crusade, which was out in 1989. So before that I was reliant on TV showings, video rentals, and this annual, which is another full comic book version of the film. Just like the Raiders annual, it has a few extra scenes not seen in the film, like this one. When they're on their way to Pankot Palace, Willie takes a bath in a jungle pool, and a snake comes in and grabs her. She asks Indy for help, who can't get in because of his fear of snakes. So instead, he tells her from the bank to stroke its head to make it sleepy, and she'll be able to escape. She does this, then knocks Indy off his feet when she's out of the pool. This scene was supposed to be in the film, but was cut out because the actress couldn't perform with the snake. It's in here though. Also, later on, have you ever wondered why Short Round shoves a burning torch into Indy and it just snaps him out of his trance? In this, it's explained. When Short Round is a slave, he witnessed his lava hitting a thuggy guard's leg, which brings him round, and the other guards drag him off to be reconditioned. So he realises pain is the key in bringing Indy back to his senses. That scene makes sense now, doesn't it? I don't know if they shot this and then cut it out, but I think it would have been better left in. When Last Crusade came out, this was the only annual I could find. It's not the film as a comic book, rather reprints of Marvel's Indiana Jones comic. Plus a few text features on the 3 live-action films. It's good to see Indy in an adventure you're not over familiar with, but a Last Crusade annual would have been nice. Instead, I got this holiday special comic in the summer of 1989, which is the comic book version of the film, but all done in black and white. This would have looked so good in colour, but it was not meant to be. However, this is interesting. During the 3 booby traps at the end, Indy breaks a stone and a big spider climbs up his leg. In the film, this was changed to a huge drop in a cave, but they must have filmed the spider sequence because check out the picture they used on that previous annual's cover. Weird, right? Okay, so that was a look at some Indiana Jones annuals. and hopefully you'll join me on another video sometime.